Good morning, friends. It's early in the Parsons household. I'm the first one up. It's my second cup of coffee of the morning. Been up for a little while, enjoying this incredible weather, which is let's go through here. It's crazy, isn't it? It's like living in California or somewhere at the moment in Cheshire. Don't know how long it's going to last, but I'm enjoying it while it lasts. I don't know about you. Um, and I've just been up reflecting this morning, thinking about life and thinking about church and thinking about, just spending some time in prayer, just trying to be still before God this morning and think about what this day brings and what this day holds. And I was thinking about this whole sort of change of pace and some of the things that I've heard people say to me in recent days or the last week or two. People have said things like they can hear things they've not heard before. It's so quiet out, isn't it? Even this morning, there are birds singing in the trees and so on, but there's not the normal sounds of cars on the roads and people moving around and voices. It's very still, it's very quiet. And people have said because of that, they've been able to hear things that they've not really paid attention to before. And then other people have said they've explored places they've never explored before. They've been out for walks to get their sort of daily exercise, and they've walked down streets they've never walked down before. They've found pathways on the Ordnance Survey map they never knew existed, public rights of way and so on. And both of those two things really made me stop and think about our walk with God. It's true that in order to deepen our walk with God, we just have to take time to do it. There is no shortcut in order to get to know God in a deeper way. In fact, it was only I think it was February, wasn't it? We did a series at TFW Church called The Power of an Unhurried Life. And, or maybe that was January. And then we did February on prayer. I think that's the way we did it. But the power of an unhurried life. And when we did that series, we were talking about every week that slowing down enough in order to walk with God in a real way. And who could have predicted that only a couple of months later, all of this crazy stuff would have happened in our world and sort of the change to our lives that none of us could have seen. And hearing things you've never heard before. The reason people can hear things they've never heard before is because life has slowed down. A lot of the background noise has been stopped. And that's what needs to happen if we want to hear God in a fresh way. I want to hear him. I want to hear his voice to my heart. I want to hear what he's saying to me. And in order for that to happen, we have to block out the extraneous noises. We have to take the time to listen. And I know that this is a crazy season for some people. It's busy actually for some people. We're trying to figure out how to do ministry in a new way. So a lot of time spent videoing and online meetings and admin and all that kind of stuff. And for some of you, if you're a parent, you've got young children, it's a busy season. I understand that. But for a lot of us, there's still enough of a change of pace that we're able to take half an hour, maybe an hour, and sit quietly somewhere and pray and read the word and worship and be still and just pay attention to the movements of our hearts and to what God might be saying to us today. And that's a powerful thing to do. And then exploring pathways we've never explored before. What better season than now, if you've got some time on your hands, to study that book of the Bible you've never studied, to read that book you've always wanted to read that maybe will unlock some thinking in your heart, to go to a place you've never gone before, explore something fresh and new in God. So those are the kind of things I've been thinking about today. A couple of days ago, I went to the supermarket, and it's only a matter of weeks ago, whenever I used to go to the supermarket, I would always look at checkout for the shortest queue. Let's just get this done as quick as we can. Now, these days, we have to queue up to go into the supermarket, and it's okay. Nobody cares. It's like, okay, I've got nowhere else to be right now. A change of pace is useful. And we don't want to be people who rush our time with God, rush into his presence, give him our shopping list prayer, and then rush out again. We've nowhere else to be. Let's be in his presence. Let's be with him, enjoy his company. And if we do that, maybe we'll find our lives deepening in ways that we hadn't predicted at the start of this coronavirus situation. So just a couple thoughts there this morning. Hope you're okay. Stay in touch with somebody. Reach out to somebody today. Make a difference in the world today the best you can. We'll talk to you soon.